Christmas is a time of year when people tend to go all out with their decorations, but if you're on a budget or don't want to spend hours upon hours putting up decorations, then these 10 affordable and easy DIY Christmas decorations are right up your alley. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. The first decoration idea is a fresh wreath. If you've never made one before, they're easier than you'd think. You'll need a wire wreath frame. Now, don't skimp here. You want a sturdy form that can hold the weight of the fresh greenery. So this is not the time to pick one up from the dollar store. You'll also need fresh greenery. These can be clipped from your yard or from a neighbor. Just ask them first. You can also try picking up the extra clippings at a Christmas tree lot. We love to use boughs from juniper trees. They're soft and easy to use, and they're nice on your hands, and they have beautiful blue berries. But there are also other options from cedar, pine, and even boxwood. Any type of evergreen boughs will work. You'll also need pruning shears, wire cutters, ribbon, and picks for embellishing. So first, you're going to secure the wire to the wreath frame. Simply twist the wire together, securing it at one of the crossbars. Then lay a piece of greenery on the wreath form. Then begin wrapping the paddle wire around the greenery 2 to 3 times, securing it to the form. Now you'll generally want to keep your greenery around 12 inches long, but you can add smaller pieces for filling in areas as well. We keep one continuous strand of wire wrapping the entire wreath. This way, at the end of the season, you can just clip the wire in one place and it will all unwind. Then you can throw away the greenery and store the wire frame for the next year. So you'll continue adding the fresh greenery until it meets up with where you started. And to complete the wreath, the last few stems of greenery will get tucked into the greenery that you first secured. So you'll secure everything with wire by placing the end of the wire under one of the wires that is wrapped around the wreath form and pull it tight. Do this 3 or 4 times, securing it in place. Now you can easily embellish it with a bow or decorative picks.
The next decoration is a simple cozy wreath. For this, you'll need a 16-inch wire wreath frame, a 12-inch wire wreath frame, chunky luxe big yarn by Loops and Thread, greenery picks, berry picks, ribbon, and a crochet hook. First, form a loop with the yarn and insert the crochet hook in the loop. Then bring the yarn down across the front of the wreath frame and bring it around to the back of the wreath frame. Now wrap the yarn around the hook and pull it through the loop. You're basically making a simple chain stitch. With each stitch, you'll need to bring the skein of yarn across the front of the wreath frame and up the back of the frame, and then make the chain stitch. Continue working the chain stitch around the wire frame. Once you get into a groove, you'll get faster. After the entire wreath form is covered with yarn, cut the end, and then wrap the tail around the crochet hook and pull it through the loop. This will form a knot. Insert the crochet hook through several loops on the back of the wreath and pull the tail through. Repeat with the other tail and trim with scissors. If you want to layer 2 wreath frames together, like ours, repeat on the second wire wreath frame and then tie the 2 wreaths together and embellish with greenery and a bow.
For our next decoration, we have a super simple sweater tree. To make this, you'll need hot glue, an old sweater, poster board, and packing tape. So you'll use an old sweater you don't wear anymore, or grab one at the thrift store for a few dollars. We made 3 trees with 1 sweater and have leftover fabric for another project. While you can buy paper mache cones as a base for this tree, we decided to make our own out of poster board, and they're really pretty quick and easy to make. So first you'll tie a string to a pencil, then hold the end of the string at the corner of the poster board and draw an arc. Then cut it with scissors and roll the poster board into a cone shape. Decide how wide you want the base of the cone to be and trim off the excess. Then you'll place the cone shape on the sweater and use it as a template. Mark about 1/4 inch larger than the cone and cut the sweater with scissors. Then you'll roll the poster board into the cone shape and secure it with packing tape. You'll fold the right sides of the sweater fabric together and stitch a 1/4 inch seam along the side. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you could also use hot glue. That works really well. Then you'll turn right side out and trim the tip 1/8 of an inch from the stitching line. Place the sweater cone on top of the poster board cone, fold over the lower edge of the sweater so it's inside the cone, and secure it with hot glue. And that's it. Not only are these trees soft and cozy, but they only take about 15 minutes to make. They're cute displayed right on a tabletop or shelf, or you can elevate them by using a candlestick, and this also creates a little tree trunk.
Our next decoration is this simple yarn tree. Once again, we've created a poster board cone for this tree. We found this luxurious chunky yarn at Michael's. First, you want to run a bead of hot glue at the point of the cone, then secure the tail down. Apply a little more hot glue at the point and begin wrapping the yarn around the cone. Continue wrapping, securing the yarn with hot glue until the entire cone is covered. Run a bead of glue around the lower edge and secure one last row of yarn. Finally, cut the yarn, leaving about a 2-inch piece, and secure the tail on the inside of the cone with hot glue. These Christmas trees are so quick and easy to make. After you make one, you'll want to even make more.
Another option for creating these cozy tabletop trees is to add finger knitting. For this project, you'll need a thick, chunky weight yarn, scissors, glue gun, poster board, or your paper mache cone. So again, start with a poster board or paper mache cone, just like we did with the other trees. This finger knitting technique makes a fairly loose stitch, so you'll want to use a chunky weight yarn. We used Lion brand Wool Ease yarn. And first, you'll place the end of the yarn between your index and middle fingers, with the tail on the top of your hand. Next, wrap the yarn around the back side of your middle finger around to the top. Then continue to wrap the yarn around your index finger around the back side to the top, forming a figure 8. Repeat this figure 8 pattern. Now you'll have 2 loops on each finger. Pull the back loop over the front loop on the index finger and the middle finger. Then pull the tail tight. For the second stitch, wrap the yarn around your fingers in a figure 8 pattern. Then pull the back loop over the front loops on each finger. Once 2 stitches have been made, you can pull the tail towards your palm. Just be sure to keep it pulled tight after each stitch. Continue finger knitting until the strip measures the height of your tree. Then cut the yarn, leaving about 3 to 4 inches for a tail. Carefully remove the 2 loops from your fingers. Place the loop from your index finger through the middle finger loop, and finally place the tail through the loop and pull tight to make a knot. We started with 4 strips that were the length of the cone. Run a bead of hot glue along one side of the cone and press a strip to secure it in place. Flip the cone to the opposite side and attach another strip. Repeat with the last 2 strips centered between the 2 previous strips. These should basically be evenly spaced around the cone. Continue to knit strips to fill in the areas between these 4. Each strip will vary in length, so keep your cone close by as you knit. Once the entire cone is covered with the finger knit strips, check to see that all of the ends are well secured to the cone. Cut off the tails and your cozy finger knit tree is finished. Not only do we love the texture of this tree, but it makes us think of cuddling up in a warm, chunky throw blanket. Up next is this elegant flocked Christmas tree.
For this project, you'll need an artificial or a real Christmas tree, snow flock, which is the flocking powder, a spray bottle of water, a strainer, and then a drop cloth or tarp. The amount of flocking powder you'll need will depend on how heavy of a snow look you want. We opted for a 5-pound box just to be on the safe side. In all, we were able to flock an 8-foot tree and also flock 2 additional 7-foot trees. This is a pretty messy project, so you'll either want to tackle it outside or be sure to protect the floor with a drop cloth or a tarp. First, you'll want to set up your tree and fluff out the branches. If your tree is pre-lit, be sure the lights are rated for outdoor use and that they can get wet. Then use a spray bottle, or if you're outside, you can just use the mister attachment on your hose and wet the tree. It needs to be fairly wet, but not dripping. Use a measuring cup and get plenty of the flock powder and place it in a strainer. Then gently tap the side of the strainer as you hold it over the tree. It's similar to adding powdered sugar to a treat after baking. The powder will sift through the strainer and fall onto each branch, just like the falling snow. Play around with this step until you're happy with the look. Once the flocking has been added to the whole tree, use the spray bottle to spray it down again. Adding water on top of the flocking powder activates the adhesive, which hardens on the tree. Again, we didn't want to add too heavy of a snow look on our tree, so we have a bit of the greenery of the tree exposed. This creates kind of the look of a soft fallen snow look. Overall, this really is a simple project to do. It took maybe 30 minutes to flock each of the trees. Of course, you'll need to allow for drying time according to the flocking material you use and take into account the temperature because it will take longer to dry if it's cold outside or more humid. If it's super cold, of course, it's going to take longer. We let ours dry overnight. Does this process seem manageable now? Do you think you'll give it a try this year on your Christmas tree?
And you can't have a tree without decorations, and what better way to create lasting memories than by making ornaments at home? For these sentimental ornaments, you'll need arabesque tiles, laser copies in black and white or color, a paper punch, scissors, paper trimmer, photo transfer medium, paintbrush, sponge, E6000 adhesive, paper clips, and ribbon. These tiles were left over from another project, and we thought they'd be a darling base for our personalized Christmas ornaments. So first you'll need to pull each tile from the mesh tile backing. To create a warm and cozy, nostalgic feel this Christmas season, we gathered old family photos from past Christmases. We sized them to a 2.5-inch square and printed them in black and white with a laser printer on regular weight paper. You can also print in color. They just need to be printed with toner for the transfer medium to work. So if you don't have access to a laser printer, just send your pictures to a print store. Now you can cut the pictures to any shape and size you want. We cut most of ours with a circle paper punch. Now you can apply the images to the tiles with the photo transfer medium. Apply a layer onto the front surface of an image, then press it into place onto the ceramic tile with the printed image against the tile. Rub the surface to release any air bubbles and wipe off any excess product that may squish out. Then you'll need to let this sit for 24 hours to dry. These personalized Christmas ornaments really start to come to life with the next step. After they've dried for 24 hours, take a wet sponge and wring out as much water as you can. Then firmly press the sponge in a dabbing motion to penetrate the paper. And once it is wet, you'll allow it to sit for 2 minutes. Then you'll take the sponge and again remove any excess water and gently rub the paper surface in a circular motion. The paper will start to pull up and peel off the tile. This step may need to be repeated a few times, just removing thin layers of paper at a time. After each image has been revealed, you're ready to attach an ornament hanger to the back of each tile. We used a large paper clip cut in half to create a loop on the top edge for ribbon with E6000 glue. Another option would be to drill a small hole at the top of the tile with a ceramic tile bit. Then you can embellish your ornaments with ribbon. Creating these ornaments is really pretty simple, and who wouldn't love to receive a few of these as a gift this year?
This next idea is super easy and affordable. For this gift box decor, you'll need 2 fabric storage cubes, a can of spray paint, ribbon, and hot glue. You can use any storage cube lying around your house, but if you don't have any, you can pick them up in the color you want. But if you're going for a custom color and you can't find what you're looking for, just give it a coat of paint. Spray paint works really well for this. After they've dried, wrap them in ribbon and add a bow, and you're finished. You'll cut a piece of ribbon to go across the cube in one direction and then glue the ends on the inside of the cube with hot glue. Repeat going the opposite direction. Now you can tie a bow, or you can make a fake one like we did. We added a solid red ribbon to the back side of our red plaid, but this is totally optional. All you need to do is to glue the edges of the ribbon down to make the shape of a raindrop. Repeat until you have 6, then attach them to the top of your cube with hot glue. To make the center loop of the bow, simply make a loop with the ribbon and glue it together, then attach it to the middle of your bow. This just might be the fastest and most cost-effective Christmas decor you can make.
This next idea can be used as home decor year-round, but we wanted to show you how to customize throw pillows for Christmas. For these pillow covers, you'll need fabric of your choice, invisible zipper for each pillow, coordinating thread, sewing scissors, sewing machine, zipper foot, and a pillow insert. And I am not much of a sewer, but my mom made me do these. And if I can do it, you can do it. I was a little nervous to sew with these invisible zippers, but it actually wasn't too bad. So to determine the correct size for your pillow cover, you'll measure the pillow form from seam to seam. Our pillow forms are 20 inches, and we cut the fabric to a 21-inch square. This is going to allow for a 1/2-inch seam allowance. So starting with the invisible zipper closed, you'll notice that the front surface is flat. When you open the zipper and turn it over to the back side, you'll see the teeth of the zipper curved upward over the edge. Flatten the edge of the zipper teeth with a hot iron. Line the fabric pieces up, right sides together, and fold the top piece back about 1 inch. Then place the zipper along the edge of the pillow cover. Align the front or the right side of the zipper with the right side of the fabric and pin it into place. Repeat with the other side of the zipper. You'll need a zipper foot attachment on your sewing machine. To sew the invisible zipper onto the pillow cover, align the teeth edge of the zipper about 1/8 inch away from the edge of the zipper foot. The zipper foot will allow you to sew close enough to the zipper teeth. However, if you sew too close, it can be hard to get the zipper to close once sewn into place. So allowing 1/8 of an inch space should avoid this issue. To stitch the opposite side of the zipper, begin by sewing from the bottom of the zipper to the top. This way you can avoid changing the zipper foot, which will save a ton of time, especially if you're sewing multiple pillow covers. Once the zipper has been sewn into place, zip it mostly closed, allowing a couple inch opening. Pin the pillow cover together with a pin in each corner and one along each edge. Along the edge with the zipper, place a pin at the top of the zipper where the teeth begin and another at the bottom of the zipper. Align the pillow cover at the 1/2 inch mark on the machine and stitch the pillow cover closed at the top edge of the zipper. Stitch a straight line to each corner, leaving 1/2 inch fabric from the end. Place the needle into the fabric, lift up the pressure foot, and pivot the fabric to align the next edge with the 1/2 inch mark. And repeat this on all sides. Pivot and stitch the remaining length to the bottom of the zipper and knot the thread. To create nice crisp and pointed corners, trim each corner on an angle about 1/8 of an inch away from the stitch mark. Open the zipper, turn the pillow cover right side out, and press all 4 edges before stuffing with the pillow form. In all, I made 6 pillow covers for my parents' home in less than 30 minutes per pillow, and with fabric about $4 a yard, this was definitely an affordable option.
And the last idea we want to share is probably our favorite. If you've ever priced out realistic looking garland, it can really add up quickly. To make your own, you'll need 5 to 10 greenery stems, wire cutter, and then a removable 3M hook. To get the most bang for your buck, wait until the greenery stems go on clearance, or at least wait for a sale or use coupons. Simply start at one end of your mantle and place your first greenery stem slightly flowing over the edge. Then add another stem slightly overlapping the first until you reach the middle of the mantle. Then repeat the process to the end of the mantle. Now, if you're going for a more flowing look or you want to use the garland in another area of your home, all you need to do is attach the stems together with a little floral wire. Start in the same way you would place them on the mantle, then cut a piece of wire about 6 inches long, loop the wire through the stem of the bottom piece of greenery and the lower section of the greenery resting on top. Then twist the wire together tightly to secure the 2 stems together. Then take the twisted wire and wrap it around the stem to tuck it out of the way. Repeat this by attaching one stem at a time until you get the garland to the length you want.
When it comes to Christmas decorations, there are a lot of different options to choose from. You can go all out and spend a lot of money on expensive decorations, or you can spend hours upon hours putting up complicated displays. Or you can take the easy route and use DIY Christmas decorations instead. All of the materials you need for these DIY Christmas decorations can be found at your local craft store, and to save you time, we've also linked them below. They're really easy to make and they'll save you a lot of money compared to buying expensive decorations from stores. Plus, using DIY Christmas decorations is a great way to add a personal touch to your holiday celebrations. Thanks for watching our video. We love finding new ways to create decor for our homes on a budget. Which ideas do you like best? Be sure to leave your comments below. And if you're looking for even more Christmas inspiration, tap the link above for more affordable ideas in our Christmas playlist. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our new videos each week. And please share this video with a friend who would also like to see these ideas. Have a very Merry Christmas, and as always here at Sunnyside Design, we hope to bring your home to the sunny side of the street.